Hey everybody, I'm Ron Kenner with an update on the Israeli elections in less than 5 minutes, I hope. In a shocker, it turns out that once again, Israeli pollsters were horribly wrong. Now you can't blame the pollsters, it was more the Israelis that deceived them, I guess. While Netanyahu's Likud expected to receive as few as 20 seats, he ended up with a whopping 30 mandates in the new Knesset. The left-wing Zionist camp, led by Isaac Herzog, received the 24 seats predicted, but has little chance of being in the new government. Bibi will almost certainly form a new coalition with right-wing parties like the Jewish Home or Israel Be'etenu, the two ultra-Orthodox parties, as well as the centrist party Kulanu. By the way, that's the party that me and my wife voted for. Well, clearly, Benjamin Netanyahu is the big winner who's going to continue to shine the light on Iran's nuclear program and lead Israel for at least the next 4 years. President Obama, who worked hard, possibly even breaking the law, to oust Bibi, Bibi has ensured that his tenure as head of state will outlast his American rival. John Kerry. Any illusions of pressuring Israel into a bad peace deal with a corrupt Palestinian leadership, as former President Clinton tried to do at the end of his tenure as president, as now John Kerry might try to do at the end of Obama's administration, well, those hopes have gone up in smoke. Sorry, Mr. Kerry, no Nobel Peace Prize for you. Israelis, who had a government without ultra-Orthodox parties for only the second time in their history, backed by Yair Lapid and his Yesh Atid party, and Naftali Bennett and the Jewish Home Party, they passed laws that revoked the unfair exemption that Orthodox Jewish men had from serving in the army. Plus, Yesh Atid had introduced a normal curriculum in almost 50 ultra-Orthodox schools, where they had just studied religious themes before then. And the new law cut off funding for their many programs designed to keep the religious men from having to work like the rest of Israelis, but instead to live on donations and study all day. Sadly, this will be reversed as Shas and United Torah Judaism will demand millions of shekels and these reversals in order to join with Netanyahu in the new coalition. The ultra-Orthodox parties, Shas and United Torah Judaism, they get to go back into their government. They'll probably reverse these reformist laws, and they'll get millions of shekels for their programs. Yair Lapid, who ran a near flawless campaign and was the author of many of these reforms, he's going to be left in the opposition. And it won't be because he's a left-wing peacenik, it's simply that he and Bibi don't get along. So instead, Bibi will embrace the ultra-religious who will not be a thorn in his side, but will be rewarded handsomely for their compliance. Moshe Kachlon. As stated, this is the man that we voted for. I wrote in a blog a few days ago saying that in a few days, which is today, he would become the most powerful man in the country. Of course, I didn't see Netanyahu's surge from 20 seats to 30 seats, making him the man of the hour. Nevertheless, Bibi cannot form a coalition without Kachlon's 10 seats. He would be stuck at 57, 4 short of the 61 needed. Indeed, Kachlon will be this election's kingmaker. The Israeli economy. As I stated in the video we shot last week, I fully expected Bibi to continue to be prime minister, but I was hoping that he would be forced to take Moshe Kachlon with him. Kachlon's party Kulanu is focused entirely on the economy. Netanyahu, with all his achievements on the world stage, had barely lifted a finger to fix our broken economy. Kachlon is committed to breaking up the monopolies and cutting through the red tape that it takes to build apartments. Right now, it takes 13 years from start to finish to get one apartment building built. The Israeli middle class. We have a housing crisis right now in Israel, where there is simply too much demand and not enough supply, causing apartments in my neighborhood to fetch more than $500,000. Apartments! We're expecting Kachlon to make his participation in the new coalition contingent on receiving wide sweeping powers for economic reform, so that builders' hands will be free to build and thus prices will come down. Throughout his campaign, Kachlon would not allow himself to be bought, not by Bibi, not by Herzog. Now he has all the power. So there you have it, the breakdown of the Israeli election in less than 5 minutes.